Hi, Truella. Wow, you look really tired today. Yeah, I'm so tired. Oh dear, Truella, why are you so tired today? Well, I was helping my mom in the yard, in the garden, and I'm just so tired. Oh, are you sleeping? No, I just want to be sleeping. Oh dear. Well, planting a garden is a lot of work. Yeah, and my mom says I can't even eat any of the vegetables yet. It's true. It's not time to eat the vegetables yet. You just planted them. I know, but it's so hard to wait, and it's so much work. It's true. When we plant vegetables in our garden, it takes some time for it to grow. Yeah, and you have to pull all the weeds. It's true. That takes a lot of work, doesn't it, Truella? Yeah, that's why I'm so tired. Oh, that makes sense. And having to wait, oh, that makes it really hard too, doesn't it? Yeah, waiting, picking weeds, watering, waiting, picking weeds, watering. Okay, Truella, I think we get it. Oh, yeah, it's just really long. Yeah. Hey, this reminds me of a word that I was thinking we could talk about today. A word? There's a word for weeds, water, wait. Hey, wait. Those all start with W. That's true, they do. Weeds, water, wait. Yeah, those three words start with the letter W. You're right, but the word I'm thinking of doesn't start with W. Oh, rats! Yeah, that's true. It would be very good if it did. Yeah, that would be fun. It's true. It would be fun. The word I'm thinking about starts with the letter P. It's called persistent. What? Persistent. That sounds like a big word. It kind of is, but it is like what you were talking about, how you have to work hard and keep going even when it is hard, because sometimes when we're persistent, the thing that we're looking for or hoping for will come. Now, imagine if you were growing your vegetables, but you stopped giving them any water. What would happen? Oh, they probably wouldn't grow. Yeah, and what would happen if you let the weeds grow? They probably would take over the garden, and then the vegetables couldn't grow. It's true, there wouldn't be enough room. And what if you took out the plants too soon? Well, there probably wouldn't even be any vegetables to eat. Yeah, so sometimes we have to wait and be persistent at the work so that we can keep going. Oh, yeah, well, that makes sense. That's a big word, though. Maybe the kids could help me with that. Ready, kids? Persistent. Persistent. That means to keep going even when it's hard. Yeah. All right. Well, that reminds me of two people in our story today. Do you remember the names of the people we've been talking about in our story? Moses. We have been talking about Moses and how God sent him to help be the leader of the people of Israel. Yeah, and he didn't really want to go, did he? Not really. He was worried that people wouldn't listen to him and that the job would be hard. Yeah, the job was going to be hard. So, and Moses had to be persistent? Yes, Moses had to be persistent. That's right, Truella. He had to keep going even when it was hard. Well, can I hear the story? Sure thing, Truella. Well, Moses and Aaron left the desert and they went to talk to the people of Israel. They told them all about God and what God had said. Well, the people of Israel were very excited because God had said that the people were going to go free and they were going to get to go to the land that God had promised Abraham. Oh, that's so exciting! It really is so exciting. But first, they had to convince the king that they had to go. Uh-oh, that doesn't sound like it's gonna go well. No, it didn't. Moses and Aaron went before the king, and they told them that God said to let the people of Israel go. And the kids said, no. The king said, no. Again and again and again. But what did God do? Well, God gave Moses some special things that he could do, that he could show the Pharaoh that God was in control and that God was the boss. Like what? Well, first he showed him that thing where he put his staff down and turned it into a snake. Ah, I told you I don't like snakes. I know, me neither. But he turned the staff into a snake, but remember what happened after that? Oh yeah, it turned back into a staff. That's right, it didn't stay a snake. But then he took that staff and he touched the water, and guess what happened to the water? What happened? Well, it turned into blood, and so nobody could drink that water. No way, no way, no way! That's gross, right? Yeah, so nobody could drink the water, and they probably were pretty thirsty. Yeah, I was pretty thirsty after I did all that gardening. It's true, and they probably would be thirsty after doing their work too, but they couldn't drink the water because it had turned to blood. Ew. Yeah, but do you think that Pharaoh let him go? No, Pharaoh probably didn't let him go because they have to be persistent. Yes, that's right. Moses and Aaron had to be persistent. They had to keep going back and asking Pharaoh to let the people go. And every time Pharaoh would say, no. That's right. Pharaoh would say no, and each time something different would happen. There were things that happened like there was a whole bunch of frogs everywhere. Frogs? Yeah, tons of frogs. And then there were lots of flies. Flies? Yes, flies. And they were everywhere. And then there were locusts. And then there were hail that came from the sky. And then they had owies all over their skin. Wow, that sounds terrible. Yeah, but do you think that the Pharaoh let him go? No. You said that they had to be persistent. Yes, Moses and Aaron had to keep going back to the Pharaoh and asking him again, let God's people go. And Pharaoh would say, no. That's right. He kept saying no until at the very, very end, after 9 things happened, the 10th one came along and it was terrible. Did Pharaoh finally say yes? He did. He finally said yes. So the people of Israel packed up all they had, and we're going to learn about that one next week. But Moses and Aaron had to learn to trust God. Yeah, it's hard to keep going. It's hard when somebody says no, 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 no. It's true. It is really hard. It's hard to be persistent, to keep working hard even when you're not really getting what you want. That's true. Kind of like with my garden. Kind of like with your garden. You have to keep giving it water, and you have to keep weeding it and waiting for those plants to grow. You have to be persistent and patient. Yeah, that's true. Well, that's all I have for our story today, boys and girls. Next week, we're going to find out what happens when the Israelites finally are able to leave Egypt. I hope you have a great week, everyone. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Bye.
Hi, hello, welcome. I've gathered us all here in the library today to do some important work. Work with words. I love words. I love words so much. I just love learning and reading and learning more words. Well, the most important words we can ever learn are in the Bible. That's right. And today's words are found in 2 Thessalonians 2:15a. What does that A mean again? Just the start of the verse. You're right. Here are all of the words. So then, brothers and sisters, stand firm and hold fast to the teachings we passed on to you. The important words today in our verse are stand firm. Can you stand up? Stand strong. Stand firm. Yes, that's right. Sometimes we have to stand up for what is right or what God asks us to do. Let's say the words one more time. So then, brothers and sisters, stand firm and hold fast to the teachings we passed on to you. 2 Thessalonians 2:15a. That's all I have today. Myrna out.
So for today's activity, we are going to be drawing a landscape. I think you're going to draw as a farmer's field, Nora. Some plants growing. And then we are going to make it hail on your drawing, because hail was one of the plagues that God sent when Pharaoh wouldn't let his people go.
And there was also darkness.
Yeah. But we're going to do a hail picture, right?
Yeah.
So you can draw a landscape or draw a field because the hail destroyed all their crops and all their growing things. And then our hail is going to be rice. So once you have your picture drawn, we will put glue all over and sprinkle rice to look like the hail on it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stand my ground. No, I will not be moved, because I know what's right, and that's what I'm gonna do when everyone around tries to drag me down. I'm
And
gonna
some will fall
stand
off, and that's
my
fine.
ground. I'm gonna stand.
Oh,
It seems
That's
that
a good
every step
idea.
I take,
Yeah, let's see your
choice
photo.
I have to make. What's right, what's wrong, what's wise, what should I choose? On your truth I will depend. No giving up, no giving in.
Another activity you guys could do is to test your perseverance. Now, when Moses went to Pharaoh and asked if he would let God's people go, Pharaoh said no. And Moses didn't just say, oh, well, didn't work, and give up. Moses went back to Pharaoh again and again and again. He never gave up. He had perseverance. So we are going to see how tall of a tower we can build with some blocks we have at our house. And when it falls over, are we going to give up? No, we're going to try again and see if we can make it. Let's see if we can use all our blocks. Do you think we can do it?
yeah!
It's going to take a lot of perseverance. Let's try.
In your love I am secure, and I'm standing on your promises, and I'll always trust in you. Ooh. No, I will not be moved, because I know what's right, and that's what I'm gonna do when everyone around tries to drag me down. I'm gonna stand my ground.
Is that all the blocks?